Preet sir to the Masterpieces. How are you doing today?
Hi Suruchi, I'm doing good. Thank you. How are you?
I'm fine, sir. Thank you so much. So let's start knowing more about you by knowing a bit about your career journey.
Sure, Suruchi. Uh, so I call myself a techno-commercial marketing professional. I have experience of more than 16 years into varied fields like technology, telecom, doing marketing, product management. So I actually, you can call it a cusp of technology, marketing, and product all together.
Yeah.
So yeah, so my career journey, if I recall from the beginning, I started in my school or college in the stream of commerce. I opted for BCom and I wanted to be a CA, but
Mhm.
then like we never used to have this kind of service where people guide you, mentor you.
Yeah.
So and then while I was doing my BCom, I realized that MBA is what something meant for me. you know
Mhm.
and during the same time, telecom industry was booming in India. It started actually at that point of
Yeah.
time. So that's where I decided to do my MBA within telecom, specializing in telecom. So
Right.
I pursued my MBA from Symbiosis Institute of Telecom Management, Pune. Having done my graduation in commerce and doing
Mhm.
an MBA in telecom, wherein I had 90% of my batchmates electronic engineers,
Right.
it was a huge learning experience, a
Yeah.
big learning. Like, you learn so many new things, and
Yeah.
that really propelled me to do better,
Yeah.
in life. So, yeah. And so I started my, first job with Reliance Infocom, the
Okay.
earlier venture of Mr. Mukesh Ambani,
Right.
when he started telecom earlier, that revolution which came in. So I was part of that journey,
Mhm.
immense learning. I spent 2 years in Mumbai at the head office, and great learning. Then I moved on to join Airtel. I had immense growth, both personally, professionally, learning new things,
Mhm.
and the good part was that I was whatever I was doing, it got appreciated also, it got implemented also, and team members which were with me. So I spent about 6 years doing a lot of new things, implementing
Right.
some of the new products which were became hit in the market later on. So and then subsequently, as I moved up the ladder, I grew up in my career. So I joined a lot of other companies within the telecom and technology domain.
Mhm.
So managed the entire business, recruited a lot of teams members, doing some
Mhm.
investment for the organizations.
Right. Yeah.
So my last stint has was with in Myanmar for a for a telco, in 4G telco in Yangon.
Okay.
Amazing experience.
Uh,
Although I have interactions with international partner service providers during my earlier stint in India, but
mhm.
having worked in a multicultural kind of environment with people from different cultures,
Mhm.
different background, knowledge. So amazing amount of learning I had. I would call that. So like I mentioned earlier, whenever my learning is high,
Yeah.
it really propels me to do more, lot more.
Okay. Yeah.
So whenever faced with a difficulty, I really do a lot more better.
You're right.
And so finally, currently, I came back to India. Currently, ventured. I'm incubating my own startup, and
Okay.
it's into education sector.
Okay.
It's a edutech venture. So
Okay.
couple of things we are doing over there. It's still in the incubation stage,
Uh-huh.
and that's how I got a chance to know Daya, and here I am now.
What motivated you to switch to the education sector and as well become a mentor?
Uh, See, like I mentioned, I've been in the cusp of technology, marketing and product. Having come from that background, from a marketing plus technology,
Mm-hmm.
and education sector, especially. Okay, so how the exact migration happened
Uh-huh.
during the last 3 4 months while I was in Yangon, I got a chance to teach, students of MBA digital marketing.
Okay.
Uh,
Yeah.
yes, so Geneva Business School, I taught as a guest faculty over there. That
Okay.
really, give me a confidence that yes, I can do something in this field as well. I got met with a couple of my old colleagues, and we came up with this idea. Let's do something in the edutech sector. There are a lot of factors. You obviously get your experience of technology.
Mhm.
You are doing something for next generation
Yes.
students,
Mhm.
and lot of motivation which comes along. And talking about Dhea, honestly, when I first got contacted by the Dhea team, I was not aware at all.
Okay. Yeah.
And I thought, let me find out. I did my some desk research and really, excited me. Then I
Mhm.
thought, okay, let's talk to them. Let's figure
Mhm.
out, how things will go. And
Mhm.
then, honestly, when I gave my first, that personality test, which every
Mhm.
mentor also gives,
Yeah.
the results were so amazing and
Yeah.
it was so accurate that really brought the, proof of concept. I thought,
Correct.
boy, this is something, man. I must, pursue it. And
Yes.
top of it, this is something which is to do with a service to the society, right? Because
Mhm. Yeah.
it's so exciting that you are able to shape life of next generation, your people, students who are going to be your next generation, future generation for you. So if
Yeah.
you're really able to help someone, I thought, let's not do it, let's be part of that
Mhm.
social purpose, for sure.
What goals and plans do you have in your mind for the next 5 or 10 years?
See, having gone through the entire process of becoming a mentor, knowing the how much responsibility you carry on your shoulder.
Mhm.
At the same time, if you look at India, India has a huge population, second largest in the world, but we have the largest population of students, so called,
Yes.
that the age bracket of 13 to 25, in fact higher than China. They have an
Yeah.
older population. So that brings a lot of I won't say opportunity. It's more of responsibility.
Mhm.
For a lot of experienced people like mid career people. To guide them. Through that.
Yeah.
So I see. That's where I see a lot of synergies coming me myself individually into edutech sector,
Mhm.
and being a mentor, getting connect with all those students, how could actually help them, guide their parents, guide those students, take a correct path, right path, for which they can actually succeed in the future.
Right.
So, and again mentioning that, as I mentioned, I had the experience of Myanmar. I
Yeah.
see a lot of opportunity in that market. So I'm in
Yeah.
touch with people at their management.
Yeah.
How we can replicate the success of their to a different country.
Do you have anything to say to the parents and the kids?
Yes. To everyone, I would say that whenever you do something new, there are only two things: either you succeed or you learn.
Mm-hmm.
So you should always take everything as a stepping stone. Honestly, I have seen that whenever I have stumbled upon something that gave me lot immense amount of knowledge. So
Mm-hmm.
either it's you change your track, you learn few things, okay, this is not where we should go, we should take change, or you learn how to do it better, the next
Right.
attempt, how
Yeah.
to do that. That's generally for everyone, but at the same time, especially for parents, I would
Mhm.
say, okay, so I myself is a parent, and every parent will do best for the kids,
Yes.
and I realized this when I became parent myself, that you would obviously go to any extent to do best for your kids.
Yes, absolutely.
But at the same time, we're all influenced by our biases, our own experience, what we ourselves go through, or what we see in the society. But that's not the truth, that's not everything. We must give a chance to our kids to realize their true potential, and
Mm-hmm.
that happens when we think outside, no, not inside, when we
Mm-hmm.
approach others, when we reach out to the people and explore all the options.
Absolutely.
So I would only request everyone, take your own decision,
Yeah.
especially parents, but at least explore every possible opportunity so that kids are able to write on their strengths, on their
Mhm.
abilities, and reach the maximum.
Thank you so much, Manpreet sir, for connecting with me today, and I hope that you get to achieve your vision as soon as possible.